Hello, hello, Facebook family. A beautiful Monday afternoon to every one of us. And if you are privileged to be live at this moment, I just want to welcome you to day 28. Today is pardon me, today is day 27. Today is day 27. I'm so sorry for that slip of tongue. I just want to quickly say that if you get to be online at this moment and you are connecting with me and you are able to see me live, please kindly share. I look forward to having everyone here on board with me. Afternoon. And this is day 28, like I've mentioned, and I look forward to seeing every one of you here. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I just wanted to quickly invite anybody that you know, any of your friend, anyone that you know is going to be. Oh, thank you, Sister Kenny. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, we are going on right away now to just start. Let me just put the link out there for those that will be able to join. Thank you very much. If you're on YouTube, appreciate you. You are most welcome. And let's do this together. Today is day 28, like 27. We still have 3 more days to go. Let me not just, please pardon me for the slip of tongue. And today's topic is self-transformation. That is the title of today's topic, self-transformation. And it happens that sometimes when you look at some topics and you look at some title, you want to question and see how does this thing really relate to me? And I just want to quickly submit to us that, see, friends, every one of us in this journey, there is so many things that has been predestined for us. But some of these things will never just happen to us. It will never come and just jump at us and say, hey, here am I. It is something where we're going to dig into. And like I was saying, like the way God did put the universe in operation, it's like he put puzzles, he scattered them all over the universe. And he gave us the responsibility to just figure out what part we fit into what, which part we fit into what, where. And immediately you're able to do that, you begin to see a beautiful picture. Look at the Wright brothers that I made mention some of this one of these days during this series. And in that write-up that I read, says that they just were full of that desire in their heart. That why is it that the birds can fly and humans cannot fly? And because of that singular desire in their heart to fly, do you know what they did? They start looking for how to make sure that a bird can, humans can fly. And because of their discovery, because of their resolution, their resolute decision to look and to search out what is causing the bird, they were able to overcome the law of gravity. You know, the law of gravity says that to a certain extent, there is no amount of anything you throw up, it will come down. There is no how you want to do it. But when the Wright brothers finish their assessment and finish putting these puzzles and what have you together, you and I, they discover that there is an altitude that when you get to, the law of gravity is in suspension. And once they suspend the law of gravity at that space, everything just flow. And that is where you see the birds. It is at that frequency that you see the birds keep flying. And in that frequency, there is nothing that can bring them down. And when man was able to calculate that distance, that was how they were able to launch the first plane, that you and I. And that is what caused and made you and I to be able to do what? To be able to fly. Because when they discovered that height, they were able to now launch the aircraft they made at that frequency, at that certain height. And once they were able to do that, everybody that is within that frequency will remain in that space and they will never come down. That is what happened. And that is what I want to be our experience today. That when we get through the end of this program, you are able to come to a place where you don't have any doubt with regards to who and what your life is supposed to be. And everything that you need to experience transformation will just be within your tips. it will be within your reach. So let's go into what I have for us. I'm not going to take our time. And I believe that those of you that are able to watch live and those of you that will get to watch the replay, I appreciate your time and I'm deeply grateful. So when you look at this scenario of people talking about they are not successful, or somebody is looking and they say, if you want to be successful, if you want to transform your life, you have to start doing this, you have to start doing that. What does it even mean? What does it even mean to be successful? What does it even mean to transform your life? What does it mean to get a change? You know, when you talk about transformation, it's like you moving a piece, you turning something all the way upside down. And from research, statistics shows that it takes up to 21 to 50 days for you to develop an habit. And that when you practice something enough for like 21 days to 50 days, it starts to become a lifestyle. You begin to develop that lifestyle. And another thing is, when you begin to practice it, between that 21 to 51 days, 50 days, or what have you, you are begin to see something that you are doing every day. Can you just imagine going live every day for 27 days? More or less, a part of me is begin to form a training. My body is being trained to believe that once it's 5 a.m., I must be up, I must do my research, I must do my study, I must do my meantime, I must do everything, because I know during the day I have something coming up that I must show up for. And because of that understanding, I don't want to do anything that will be low standard. So you can see that before you know it, you begin to see that this is becoming a lifestyle when I continue to practice it, that you will not get it wrong. And that is where I want to take us to. That when we talk about you having a lifestyle, when you look at yourself, before something becomes a lifestyle, it has become something that you have been used to, that you do every singular time and what have you. And by the time you keep doing it, and then when you practice something enough for up to 3 to 4 years, it is going to bring a transformation. It is going to transform your identity. So what you and I need to do now is to begin to see what are those things we need to start practicing, so that we practice it enough that that thing becomes a part of us and it brings about the needed transformation we need. So it's not as if we need to be chasing around what have you or what you don't like. It is just like we were born, and we were not born with any habit or any character or any trait, what have you, but we just learn those things because we keep interacting within our environment with such things. Like somebody that is smoking now, maybe when he or she was growing up, he sees some of the people that were living with him smoking, or he's always been sent on errands to go and buy cigarettes and do all those things, and because of that environment, he latch onto that kind of thing. So when you look at yourself, the kind of environment or the kind of future you want to interact with, let's start from there. See yourself 5 years from now. What can you travel 5 years from now, as you are seated in your room, in your office, wherever you may be watching me? Travel 5 years from now. Where do you want to see yourself? Now, when you are able to see that clear picture of where you're like taking a trip to your future, now bring the future you are seeing, now bring it to the present now. When you're able to do that, okay, I want to see myself becoming the world best speaker at the age of this in 2 years time from now. Now, when you bring that picture here into the now, the next thing you now begin to see is you develop habits. What are those habits? What are those lifestyle? What are those day-to-day steps that I need to take to bring that picture to become part of me, to become a lifestyle? That is what brings about transformation. Transformation is not something that is so abstract or something that is not achievable or something that is just far away there. It is just like you just looking at, and let me just borrow a word about from design thinking. Like if you look at people that want to design a thing, you want to design a product, you look at the end product, you have it in mind. This is what I want to see. So you now begin to look at the reverse engineer. What are the raw materials that we are going to need to present or to produce exactly this thing? And when you start looking at those things, You now begin to know what are those things you need, what are those things you lack. And when you begin to figure out those things you need to bring about that product, or to bring about the improvement, to improve your life, to get the best out of your life, then you will now begin to see how you will become unstoppable. So this is not a case of, oh, I don't know how to do it. The problem is when we begin to say we are stuck in life, or we don't have what it takes, or I don't know what to do, and you see some people claiming, oh, I am limitless. It is not because what they need is not available. It is because they have not designed the right tool. They have not discovered the right thing, the right ingredient, the right stuff they need to be doing to bring about the change they want in their lives. And as long as you don't have the right tool, you don't have the right ingredient, you cannot get the transformation. So that's why when you look at, even sometimes when I look back home at Nigeria, and I look at my country, and I look at some people that I so love, and I just feel that there's more to their life, something that can be done. But do you know one of the things that is always limiting us is that, see, if you want something, you want to interact within a frequency. Look at some those of you that are here with me live right away now. See, there's so many people that would have loved to be here, they are not here because they are at another frequency. They are unable to see this. They are unable to connect here. So if you want something, the only way universe can bring that thing around you is when you begin to interact within the frequency of that thing. It is just as simple as that. That you cannot claim you want to, you can't be a millionaire, you want to become the best athlete, you want to be the best business entrepreneur, you want to be the best wife, you want to be the best mom, but you are not interacting, you are not surrounding yourself in doing that range, the vicinity of things that will get you into that reality. So that is why when people tell you, this is the problem, I am like this, it's because of this one. When you don't move yourself away from that place you don't like to begin to attract more of what you like, so that those things can rub on you, I can't help you. And that is why when it comes to things like this, transforming your life into the best self, into your higher self, nobody is going to do the work for you. You've got to go to a place where you so desire it, you love it from within inside of you, and that love and that desire is pushing you, is bringing forth an energy inside of you to go all the way to get the needed tools that will make you to get rid of every dysfunctional habit that has either to stop you. Because the same way habits are being formed, so is the same way you can get rid of habits. You only need a strong passion and a strong why that future is so important to you. Why do you want it? Why are you coming live every day, every out? Because I have been told and I have learned from mentors that you cannot so much so associate yourself with something you so much say you love, and you are not practicing it, and you are not doing it, and it's not becoming a way of life to you, and it's not something you do. There's no how you can convince somebody that you actually love this and this is what you want to be. So let me tell you this truth. The unattainable version of you that you think is not in existence is because you lack the tool and the ingredient that will bring it. So you should know this thing is approachable, this thing is available, this thing can be doable, it is achievable. And when you know it is achievable, then you just need to go and look for who are those people that are currently getting the result in that version of you that you want. And lo and behold, you will begin to see a drastic change. Because just like I mentioned earlier, if you look at this YouTube and this page that we are engaging it, if YouTube sees you watch a video that has to do, maybe you just watch a children content, a children content, and the content is talking about how to raise children up or how to manage their children emotion every day, and you just watch some 1 or 2 video, do you know what happens in the next 48 hours? YouTube will, the algorithm has been set up in such a way that it will begin to suggest videos in the line of that got me into this space. I can never forget. At that time, I was watching videos from my mentors on personal development from DSA, and before I know it, I just saw different suggestions of other personal development channels here in the United States. That was how I started the journey. I kept on and on and on, listening, watching, practicing each step a little by little. And I tell you, so the same way, in anything you desire to see future manifest, you want to see yourself manifest, you want to see yourself transform into, the first thing that will bring us to know actually that you desire that thing is when you begin to interact in that space more and more, more and more. That is the only way you can get rid of that thing that tells you you cannot get into that height or you cannot attain it. And so in bit of just making it so short, I'll just give you two or few tips on how you can get your life transformed, like some of the things you can practice. I want you to, from today, write an essay. From today, what do you believe the meaning of life is, and what is the big picture that you want, and why are you here? Just write something about that. That what is the big picture of you being here? Why are you here? What do you think you want to see happen in your life? I want you to write it down. When you write it down, please make sure you do this. See, one of the things that thing is going to be helping you to do is you are going to be engaging your thoughts, your feeling, your mind, your action. They are going to be interacting together in that space. You see, thoughts, feelings, action, emotions, giving birth to words bring about a reality. Every of these things, they work together. So when you begin to think about why am I here, that thought will begin to provoke a kind of feeling. That feeling will begin to bring about an emotion. That emotion will make you to begin to say some words out based on the interaction that is happening inside of you. And when you begin to say those things out, your brain is wired in such a way that every of those things you are thinking about, you will see more of them. You see more of them. And the more of those things you see, it's like you are showing the picture to your brain that this is what you want more to think about, and the brain will help you in that way. So I want you to also look at this. Whatever label you have now, query it that why did people call you this very thing they are calling you? Why? If you say you are an athlete, God forbid, if you get any injury now and you're unable to practice, you're unable to go for your next game or for your next outing, will you still call yourself an athlete? God forbid batting, God forbid batting. Let's say you're a mom, they call you mommy this, and let's say something just happened and that child is no more. Will they be able to still call you a mom? So one of the things that we have failed to do to ourselves with regards to this to this subject of transformation is when we lack the true meaning of who we are, our true definition of who we are, and we assign it to what others has labeled us to be. That is why we will so much be satisfied and will continue to want to remain in that label, and they'll call you this assistant this because this is the occupation. If you are no more in that office, if you don't take that role, what name will you bear? That is it. So we are not only in this world just to bear that label that they gave you at your place of work, or that society give you, or just the role that you are, just because if at any point that thing stops, you stop bearing that name, and that is the only thing that brings you into identity crisis, and that makes you to begin to live life as somebody that does not really know why you are here. So this is going to help you provoke yourself into a place where you're able to understand the true meaning of why you are here and what you are meant to be doing. And that will help you to probe yourself further to know what are the actions and steps you need to be taking. And this is going to bring you to clarity. And if you have clarity, that is the beginning of the journey. And that is why I cannot lay more emphasis on the fact that you need to come to that place of self-discovery. And that is what tomorrow's topic is all about. Tomorrow's topic is self-discovery. Bringing yourself to a place where you're able to discover yourself beyond what label you carry now. Because those labels, as it regards to the external world, you don't have control of what can happen tomorrow that can change that label. And if the label change, if you don't know what is inside of you, and you've not been tutored, and you've not been given that exposure and the knowledge of how you can bring what is inside to the outside world, I don't know how will I put it, because it is actually inside. That is where we get the real meaning to what fulfillment is in life. Every other thing that comes from the outside, it is just for such a time that it is short and it doesn't last. And that is why you and I must make up our mind, to prove over, to have that time where you're able to sit alone with yourself, by yourself, and have time you can sit down and discover yourself. A moment of reflection, a time whereby you shut the door out of all the noise that is around you, that is a millions of thoughts going on in your head, thousands and millions of in your brain, that they are just distractions away from the quiet still voice that you actually need to connect with every now and then, that gives you. And then another thing that I want to say with regards to this, when you're able to connect this dot, is sometimes we are afraid to step out. Some of us, we might have some idea, an inkling, a clue to what really this dot, our inner God, is telling us to do. But because of what society has said, oh, you went to Harvard? What did you study? I studied international relations. Wow. What are you doing? And you are just here, you are working in this place. People that goes to Harvard don't do such kind of management. And because of how society has wired us, we kind of look down on what we have. Oh, you mean you have a master's degree in environmental management? What are you doing here and just talking, and how many people are here watching you and you are saying you have this? That is the problem. Until you're able to connect the dot and see why the wiring that you have inside of you must begin to align with the passion and with everything you live your day-to-day life to be doing. That is the only when you can have congruency, and that is when your life can start having meaning, and that is when the real transformation that will bring about the true happiness and the true fulfillment in life comes. Because until you now see why many people, they actually working in certain organizations, they are getting well paid, but their ladder is leaning on the wrong walls, and they still don't find that inner fulfillment and inner peace inside of them. Despite the fact that is when you now know that money, actually, it is not the whole meaning, essence of working. And that until you get to that place where what you are doing begun, you get to that transition, is converted into bringing you joy, bringing you fulfillment, even without nobody or giving you a dime, then you have located what we are talking about. And that is when it is going to be a seamless operation with regards to you operating in transformation. Friends, I believe you have one or two things. If you love what you are hearing and you decide to so much connect more on this with me on this platform and on what I stand for, I encourage you to take a minute or two to take a survey. I'm going to be dropping the link, and you can just at your own pace just go through that link and come in and sign up with my Lodeta Mompreneurship Academy. It is an academy that I'm putting up together for women of like minds, women that have stuck in their current 9-to-5 job, women that are, they know they want to be more, they want more, they want more, they want to be more, they want to do more for their life, but they don't just know how to do the transition. They have that desire. They want to own their own business. They want to live the lives of their own dream. They want to connect to a better future that is more than what they're having at the moment, but they don't just know how to start. I am your sister in possibility, and in this journey, I am willing to go with you all the way. And I say, if that is you, if that resonates with you, please get the link. I'm going to be putting the link on. So if you're on Facebook, I want you to just get onto the platform on the plate, and I'm going to be sharing the link for you now very soon. So I don't know if you have any question for me. If anybody has any question, please feel free to send the question, and I will be answering. I'll be willing. And also to let you know that even with regards to that link, I will be dropping it. I will want to have a free 30 minutes one-on-one discovery call to just let's sit down together and hear ourselves and to rub minds together and ask and see how far you are doing and where it is actually, and see if we can take it further from there. That is what I am willing to do, and I'm committed to doing that. If you have the time, I am here and I'm available. I so much want to appreciate you all for this time. I'm just quickly going to say I'm going to drop the link for us right away, and if not, shortly after this uh after this, okay, let me send it to one of my, and going to see the link come right now. So after this broadcast, i'll i'll be getting I'll be getting the link pasted. All right, so let me just quickly do that. Okay, okay, that is a link. That is link on the Facebook and on the YouTube. I mean, I'm very sorry. So on YouTube, I dropped the link. I put the link, and I'm also going to be putting it on Facebook. Right at the moment, I'm going to need to end this broadcast before I'm able to do that. Thank you very much, every one of you that is able to watch. I'm so grateful for the time. And you can also send me a personal DM. I'll be willing to connect further with you. And if you have any friend, anybody that you know needs to hear this, we are doing ourselves a great good by sharing knowledge, sharing wisdom. We are not sharing pain. We are not sharing hurt. We are not sharing anything. So this message is to help make our world become more better. And I appreciate your time, Mrs. Toyin Olubayo. Thank you very much, my sister Kenny Adeboale, and thank you very much, Honeybee. I appreciate, and those of you that I'm not able to see your name right on the YouTube channel, I appreciate your time. I'm deeply grateful. And every replay for this series since day 1 till day 27 is available on my official YouTube channel. There's a series already for that, and you can go back and watch any of the titles that you still feel resonated with you, that you really need to trash at the moment, as a matter of urgency. That is it from me from here. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 28, and I look forward to seeing you. And please share this link. Don't forget to share and give this video a like. And I also wish to see your comments and your feedback of what and how you have interacted with me in any of the session you've been able to join. What has been your greatest takeaway? What has been your greatest feedback? And what is it that you have to say on what September 30 days of self-love September is all about? I look forward to hearing from you on that too. Thank you very much. Bye.